There are moments in rugby when the final score is not decided by speed, talent, or even experience. Instead, it is decided by one simple question: who wins the collision? That question has defined the legendary rivalry between the All Blacks and the Springboks for generations. Every meeting between these two rugby giants feels like more than just another test match. It is a battle of pride, history, and identity. As another massive series in South Africa draws closer, a fascinating revelation from former All Blacks captain Sam Cane has offered fans a rare look behind the scenes at the tactical thinking that could shape Dave Rennie's biggest challenge yet. And if Cane is right, the answer may not lie in matching South Africa's incredible power. It may lie in completely changing the battle before it even begins. For decades, rugby supporters around the world have admired the unique styles of these two nations. The All Blacks have built their reputation on speed, precision, quick ball movement, and relentless skill under pressure. The Springboks, on the other hand, have become famous for their unmatched physicality, dominant forwards, crushing tackles, and their ability to wear opponents down through pure power. Whenever these teams meet, it becomes more than a rugby match. It becomes a clash of philosophies. Can speed overcome strength? Can intelligence defeat brute force? Those questions have created some of the greatest moments the sport has ever seen. Now, with Dave Rennie preparing his squad for another demanding tour of South Africa, attention has turned toward how the All Blacks plan to stop one of the most physical teams in world rugby. While fans debate possible lineups and exciting attacking combinations, Sam Cane has shared a story that reveals what may be happening behind closed doors. Speaking during rugby's greatest rivalry with former All Blacks playmaker Stephen Donald and presenter Kirsty Stanway-Thorne, Cane reflected on his time playing under Dave Rennie at the Chiefs. What he revealed surprised many supporters because it highlighted just how detailed Rennie's thinking was whenever South African opposition stood in front of him. According to Sam Cane, Dave Rennie often selected his forward pack with one very specific quality in mind. He wanted players who could make devastating low tackles. Not spectacular hits for highlight reels. Not huge collisions that excited the crowd. He wanted defenders who could get underneath powerful runners, chop them down quickly, spring back to their feet, and do it all over again. It sounds simple, but against South African teams, that strategy became incredibly effective. The reasoning was crystal clear. Trying to wrestle giant forwards high around the chest or shoulders often became a losing battle. Those powerful runners would keep driving forward, forcing defenders backwards and giving their team momentum. Instead, Rennie believed the smarter option was to remove their strength completely. Bring them to the ground before they could build momentum. Force them to stand up again. Make them repeat every carry. Over time, even the strongest players begin to lose energy when every run ends with them picking themselves off the grass. For Sam Cane, this approach suited his own game perfectly. Throughout his career, he built a reputation as one of the smartest defensive forwards in international rugby. Rather than chasing the biggest collision, he focused on winning the most important one. His goal was always to get underneath bigger opponents, attack the legs, and stop momentum before it started. That discipline made him one of the most respected tacklers in world rugby, and it became a major reason why he enjoyed so much success wearing the famous black jersey. What makes Cane's comments even more fascinating is that this tactical blueprint was created more than 10 years ago, yet it may still be just as relevant today. The modern Springboks remain one of the most physically dominant teams in the sport. Their forwards continue to attack the gain line with enormous force, while their famous bench regularly changes the momentum of matches during the second half. Beating South Africa has never been about matching every collision. It has always been about finding smarter ways to survive them. That is why many supporters believe Dave Rennie could once again rely on players who excelled defensively rather than simply selecting the biggest names available. One player attracting significant attention is Luke Jacobson. Over recent seasons, Jacobson has quietly developed into one of New Zealand's most dependable loose forwards. His work rate, physicality, and commitment in defense have earned praise from teammates and coaches alike. Even Sam Cane believes there may not be a harder hitter in New Zealand rugby today. Those words carry real weight coming from someone who has spent years battling the world's best players. Of course, South Africa presents more than just a physical challenge. Every tour also brings endless discussion about altitude. Many people believe playing on the high veld automatically gives the Springboks a major advantage because they are supposedly used to those conditions throughout the year. But Sam Cane challenged that popular belief with an interesting observation. According to Cane, many South African internationals actually spend large parts of their careers playing in different regions or overseas. Not every player is naturally adapted to altitude every single week. While there is certainly an adjustment required, he believes the advantage has often been exaggerated by fans and commentators. With the right preparation, professional athletes can adapt far better than most people imagine. That belief could provide an important psychological boost for the All Blacks before the opening whistle is even blown. Meanwhile, preparations continue behind the scenes. Captain Ardie Savia has already arrived early in South Africa as the coaching staff carefully manage the squad ahead of the opening test. Every training session now carries extra importance. Every selection decision is being examined by supporters across New Zealand. Fans are wondering whether Dave Rennie will trust experienced veterans, reward outstanding Super Rugby performers, or introduce tactical surprises that nobody sees coming. What makes Rennie such an intriguing coach is his willingness to think differently. During his time leading the Wallabies, he earned impressive victories over the Springboks, proving he understands the challenge better than most international coaches. Rather than trying to copy South Africa's style, he searched for weaknesses that others overlooked. That creative thinking is exactly what many All Black supporters hope will return during the series. Yet in the end, tactics and team sheets only tell part of the story. Once the referee blows the whistle, every plan is tested under extreme pressure. Every tackle becomes a statement. Every carry becomes a contest. Every breakdown becomes a battle for survival. That is why this rivalry continues to capture the imagination of rugby fans across the world. It is never predictable. One moment of brilliance, one defensive stand, or one perfectly timed tackle can completely change the outcome of the match. As anticipation continues to grow, Sam Cane's remarkable insight has given fans something new to think about. Maybe defeating the Springboks is not about becoming stronger than them. Maybe it is about becoming smarter. Maybe the secret lies in discipline, technique, patience, and doing the simple things better than anyone else. If Dave Rennie chooses to return to the philosophy that helped shape successful Chiefs teams years ago, rugby supporters could be about to witness another unforgettable tactical battle between two of the greatest teams the sport has ever known. The countdown has begun. The stage is set. The world will soon discover whether Dave Rennie's trusted blueprint can once again unlock the answer to rugby's toughest challenge. One thing is certain. When the All Blacks stand across from the Springboks, millions of fans will be watching every collision, every tackle, and every decision, because history has shown that in this rivalry, the smallest details often create the biggest moments. There are moments in rugby when the final score is not decided by speed, talent,